Section 84 of the Finance Act violates Article 10, 2BC, 27 and 201 of the Constitution and is therefore null and void.
Dear ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well from wherever you're watching this channel. I'd like to start this session by appreciating you so much for making this channel grow. If you wish to support us, just subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. So I believe that you've been following the latest happenings, and going by the news that we've came across is that OKIYA OMTATA seems to have won in this fight of scrapping the housing levy from the Finance Act 2023. So in a 3-judge bench that was constituted by Martha Koome, Justice David MAJANJA delivered brakes on the housing levy that William Samoei Ruto has been fronting. You remember that this has been the bone of contention ever since early this year, and it led to several street protests, social media protests, and a host of other protests. And all these were to repeal the old Finance Act, or remove the housing levy. So OKIYA OMTATA is the first person, actually one of the politicians, who took this government head on and told William Ruto right on his face that if this housing levy is not removed from the Finance Act, we will go to court. And that was around there, I think, to somewhere there in March, if I'm not wrong. And there was a meeting in Busia County.
Lakini mbele ya katiba ni rafiki yangu mkubwa kuliko wewe. Nimeangalia finance bill, na finance bill inafuruga katiba kwa vipengele kama 6. Na mimi nakuomba waheshimu katiba, wazitoe, kwa sababu wasipozitoa tunaenda kukabiliana kotini. There is nothing to complain about, but there's everything to fight for. But let us avoid that fight. Let people not fool you here. Let people not deceive you. There are issues in that katiba where even the Supreme Court has pronounced itself that need to be honored. We have things in that katiba kama hii housing levy ilikuwa kwa ile nyingine, na mimi ndio nilienda kotini kaichapa mpaka ikarudi kwa voluntary. Sasa mnataka tena nirudi kotini?
And that is the time now OKIYA OMTATA told William Ruto that they reminded Kenyans that there's a time William Ruto had assisted OKIYA OMTATA with 30,000 when OKIYA OMTATA was presenting a case. It was also a civil case. So in this latest happening, David MAJANJA has termed William Ruto's housing levy unconstitutional. And that's why if you go to your X handle, probably if you go to X, you find that there are so many people now talking about this issue of housing levy. Like, for example, there is someone by the name Abuao Levy who says the High Court declares the housing levy unconstitutional, and then tags OKIYA OMTATA. There are so many other people. There is someone like Slim Papi who says mtetezi wetu. He says OKIYA OMTATA mtetezi wetu. Hadi court imesikia hiyo maneno na ikasema ni a constitution. Kabusie. That's what he says. But you see, there is someone else here, by the name, the senator for Nairobi County, Edwin Sifuna, who seems to be telling Kenyans that it is too early to start celebrating, because he says that until this matter has gone through all the levels. So it's like High Court, Court of Appeal, Supreme Court, all those 3 levels, lazima hii issue imeshapitia. Because the government is still hell-bent in making sure that this levy becomes a reality. And that is why they are projecting, and then soon as MAJANJA released this bombshell, the lawyers, I think Gedo Mugai, if I'm not wrong, lawyers represented the government, went straight to file a petition, also petitioning or rather appealing to the courts to stop any Kenyans from claiming the funds which should maybe have been collected so far.
That an order is granted prohibiting the respondents from collecting, charging, or otherwise the charge known as the affordable Housing Act on the basis of the Section 84.
So, but the question is, if at all these funds have been collected until now, then the courts say that it is unconstitutional. So, is the pesa zinaenda wapi? Because if you look at what the courts have said it is not good to say you will deduct from the salaried people. But then there are people who are not salaried. Now, wakati, it is some kind of biasness. That's what the court said.
And we find that the introduction of the housing levy amendment to Section 84 lacks a comprehensive legal framework in violation of Article 10, 201, 2010 of the Constitution. That levy against persons in formal employment to the exclusion of other non-formal income earners without justification is discriminatory and irrational and arbitrarily and in violation of Section Articles 27, 201, B1 of the Constitution. And flowing from those findings, we find as follows that, and these are our declarations, Section 76 to 78 of the Finance Act, amending Section 7 of the Roads Board Act, 87, amending Section 28 of the Unclaimed Assets Act.
So OMTATA has won in this case. But again, Kenyans who were deducted from somewhere there in July might want to claim their funds. So July, August, September, probably October. So they will want to have their money refunded back, because now, if they were deducted and the courts have said it is unconstitutional, then hizi pesa zimeelekea kwa account gani? I think it will be prudent, or rather it will make sense if the government refunds the money which were deducted. Mind you, the money was deducted from the employer and the employee, both of them. So if this money is to be refunded, then the employer will get back and the employee will get back the money. Then it's a lot of money. So if imagine all Kenyans, all salaried Kenyans being deducted the housing fund. Just imagine how much is the government collecting? Billions per month. Now, these billions are what the government is maybe could be finding themselves in a situation whereby they will be forced to refund because it's unconstitutional. Someone will go to court and say that since that the collection of the money was unconstitutional, why not refund us? Why did they take our money? They should refund us. I think this in this new fight to block anybody from accessing refunds, the government might also lose because the matter is unconstitutional. Now the fact that it's unconstitutional, hiyo inaweza mfanya ukiwa mtata katika kotini kusema kwamba kwa sababu ni unconstitutional, wale ambao walikatwa pesa zao kwa njia ambayo ieleweki waregeshe pesa zao, and the court might give a go ahead to that, or might make a decision that's conforming that call. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is what the courts have said, unconstitutional, the housing levy. But there are other clauses within the Finance Act ambao court imekubaliana nayo. But there are so many other several clauses which the courts did not agree with. Na ikasema hizo zote zitolewe. But there are parts of the Finance Act ambao imeruhusiwa iendelee mbele. But most people are arguing that the most important thing would have been to just repeal the whole Finance Act so that it be redone. It be redone. There is somewhere there the courts talked about public participation. Yes, public participation was done, but the only thing that was not done is that those views which were collected on the ground were not anchored in the final product or the final report. So this is what has led us to this crisis whereby now the Finance Act inakatwa.
Finance Act, which amends sections 2, 20, 28, and 14, first and second schedule of the Excise Duty Act, and by introducing section 36(1)(a) and 36(a), and we do not find them unconstitutional. And we also have looked at the changes in tariff headings and rates under the Excise Duty Act, and we do not find them unconstitutional. We've also looked at section 33 of the VAT Act that introduces VAT on insurance compensation. We find that it does not violate Article 40, and it is not unconstitutional. We have looked at sections 30 to 38 of the Finance Act, which amend sections 5, 8, 12, 17, 34, 30, 34, 43, first schedule, second schedule of the VAT Act, and we do not find them in violation of the Constitution.
If you're a first-time viewer or a regular viewer who has not subscribed to this channel, take a moment and subscribe to this channel. give this video a like, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. And to those who have supported us by subscribing, liking, or sharing our videos, I want to say here that I'm forever grateful for that support, because without you, this channel cannot grow. So until we catch up again, stay safe and stay blessed.